What's up, folks? This is the damn Savage Scientist. Well, oh, no cursing on the stream. This is the Savage Scientist, Ed, and welcome to the Court of Common Sense. And in this court, we take care of business. So on the docket is the first case, case 001. Or is that 00001? And we're gonna be looking at a case involving logic and popcorn. We have about I can't tell. We have Jason C, Barry Johnson, JoJo, technically T. Even have Tech King Mike. We have Holla at Your Boy in this building. Sharky, Gadget Goddess. We have quite a few people in here. And I'd like to welcome everyone to the court. It's hard to make court on Saturday. Well, weekend court in the United States really don't exist. We have night court every once in a while, but in this court, in this inaugural edition of this court, you know, things are a little different. I was supposed to be back in this area, but we still have construction going on over there. The state of Swampland, we on a limited budget here, so we couldn't get any contractors out here to work on this thing. So the court building, this is a brand new building, $42 million structure we just built here, 42 million virtual swampland, you know, that whole swampland thing. So are y'all ready to get this court in session? All right, so let me step out of here. You know, the judge normally don't come in first, so let's bring in our litigants. So, all right, so all rise. This is the Swampland Court of Common Sense. And today's judge, who is also introducing himself, is the Savage Scientist, Ed. Court is now in session. And we took a virtual oath of office here. So it looked like let me make sure we got Wayne in here. All right, virtual oath of office here. So we all been sworn in, and now it's time for us to find out what's going on here. So in this case, it looks like we have LeBaron Burton bringing up charges against Wayne Train here. So this is how things gonna go. We're gonna give LeBaron the mic first. So he'll be introducing his claims here. And we're gonna look at all the evidence that was submitted to the court, and we're gonna evaluate this evidence. And also, after LeBaron get a chance to say his piece, then we're going to let Wayne do some talking. And then you'll be able to ask each other questions. And that's when we're going to come to a judgment. And if it gets a little more complicated with this judgment, then we're going to ask the panel here to assist with this judgment. So we're going to be looking at the logic behind these statements. So let's get LeBaron on the mic here. So, Mr. Burton, you bringing charges up against the Train here, Mr. Wayne Train here. Can you enlighten the court on what these claims are?
He can't be heard.
We might have some speaker issues going on. You know, this is a virtual court here.
Still no.
All right, so while we so let's see here. Hey, LB. Hey, so it look like the popcorn is interfering here.
Check your,
we might have to
check your StreamYard. It'll be make sure it's on the right audio source and all that.
Yeah, because LB is the one bringing charges up on you. So yeah, so this is his
All right, I'm sorry about that.
All right, we back here. All right.
So how's that sound?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the sound is okay here. So we're gonna give you the floor, and now defend yourself against Mr. Wayne here,
Well,
and state your claims to the court.
my claim is that Mr. Wayne Train, Mr. Mims himself, is a millennial contrarian, okay, that makes his purchases, all right, from the virtue of being something that he's not. He's a part of the problem of he's a part of the problem causing companies like Apple and Samsung to reign supreme in our communities. I don't think he makes his purchases from the standpoint of knowledge. I think he does it from emotion and his contrarian spirit.
Can you enlighten us on his contrarian spirit?
I mean, if society wants a white iPhone, Wayne wants a gray one. That type thing. If everybody else wants a iPhone Pro Max, he wants a mini.
Mm-hmm. So it's basically he wants the opposite of the norm.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
what being a millennial has to do with this claim?
It's just a nature of millennials.
So you think all
I'm a
millennials?
Gen X, and I'm letting Wayne represent millennials tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I was born in '78, so I think that puts me on the cusp between X, Y. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm old and still I'm on the border here. So yeah, that millennial spirit that is common here. And so you saying that Wayne here likes to disagree with the normal purchasing habits of your average consumer.
Exactly.
All right. So here's the big question. If you have a successful defense, what would you want Wayne to do in lieu of you winning today?
Well, if I win today, if I prove him to be a contrarian,
yes,
Wayne has to do his next video wearing a Popcorn World shirt, which I will provide to him, and I'm going to provide it 2 sizes too small. No, I'm just kidding. A Popcorn World shirt with a Popcorn World bag in his background, and it's going to have to be a sponsored video.
Sponsored video, Popcorn World. Okay, so now it's your turn, Wayne. Can you explain your contrarian, millennialistic views to the court?
Can I use the word cap? I know it's not legal. It's not a legal term.
Cap.
I know it's not a legal term.
Cap.
I know
because
it's not
when
a
I
legal
think
term.
of the word cap,
Mm-hmm.
I think of 2 types of caps.
Mm-hmm.
Caps that you wear on your head and caps that go on bottles.
Well, let me
define
it for the people then who don't know. Cap meaning over exaggeration, meaning lies for the most part. That's pretty much what I'm hearing from LB. Let's start with the millennial thing. I am a millennial. Can't help that. Born in '89, so I don't know what that's all about. So I don't even understand.
Oh man, you're approaching that Gen Z range. I'm thinking,
No, I'm right. I'm right. I'm right in the middle where I should be.
Right.
And let me say, so I was raised by a lot of yo types. Gen Y, Gen whatever, Gen X.
He doesn't even know it's Gen X, sir.
Gen X, whatever. Hey. I was raised by the older folks basically. So my opinions aren't usually based in emotion. My purchases are definitely not based in emotion. I do have iPhones. I got Androids. Where they at? I got Androids. I remember the year you was talking about where I got the 12 mini. I do by nature actually do like smaller phones, so that's not a contrarian thing. Everybody wanted the Pro Max. I like the Pro Max. I have a Pro Max right here, but I wanted the 12 mini. I think that was the year that it was a 12 series, so I got the 12 mini. And at the same time, I was objective with that. You know, realized that it wasn't the best iPhone that year. Battery was terrible. Probably should have got the 12 Pro Max that year, but it is what it is. But as far as the contrarian stuff, I guess I don't even know if I want to get it all out now, but I know there was a point. Some of y'all may understand it. Some of y'all may remember. Actually, before people like Sean P. Diddy No Combs, before he came into the stream, there was a time where Gigi used to say I was a fence rider. Y'all remember that? I know y'all remember that.
That's kind of like a contrarian thing.
No.
Hey, it's Wayne's turn. We're gonna have a period of cross examination in a little while.
Let's go. So
let's get his statement over.
Let's okay. So like I said, remember, some of y'all remember the time when I was a fence rider, because it was a time where, and this is more what I would agree with. To be a fence rider means you don't want to take any sides. You're kind of right in the middle. So that's what was happening before dudes like Sean P came in, who threw that contrarian word out and everybody just started calling me that ever since he said it. So now, how can you be in the middle and then turn into a whole contrarian, which does mean you have to take a side? And most of y'all know I like to stay in the middle. Usually when there's a conversation, in whatever setting we're in, whether it's in a chat or whatever, y'all can be all one way. You know, we'll be an easy stream. You know, he's getting his Samsung hate off, he's getting his Apple hate off, and here I am. I will offer the opposite, but that's to bring the conversation back to a neutral standing, because the overwhelming majority is like hate. That's what I gather. So my whole purpose is to stay neutral. That's me. I don't ever say I'm not taking no one side either way. I'm not a Samsung fanboy. I'm not an Apple fanboy. I am a OnePlus fanboy. I will admit that. But aside from that, I'm not doing that. So I don't believe I'm a contrarian.
So I got a question for you. So according to what you're saying, so this contrarian claim is only based on Apple or Samsung, right?
I honestly don't know what it's based on. You're gonna have to ask LB that. I think there's an overwhelming. They may even say in the chat, me even being on this stand could be considered a contrarian, because everybody in the chat thinks I'm a contrarian, and I'm just fighting against it, which would make me a contrarian because I'm defending what is supposed to be true, or whatever, or the opposite of the truth. So, you know, that's just how they roll. So that's just, I just, again, like I said in the beginning, cap. It's all cap.
Okay, so Mr. Burton did submit some evidence to the court by the form of definition, just the basic textbook definition of contrarian, and he is basically saying a person who, I mean, he basically read the definition, so I don't think I have to put this definition on the screen, but a person who generally disagrees with society.
Yes. And I was at,
so if you win this thing,
go ahead.
What is your claim, or what is your so what is your claim towards Mr. Burton here, if you are in a counter suit against him?
I really don't have anything too much for him to do, aside from just a formal apology. You know, I'm sorry, I was wrong, you know, and I'll never call you a contrarian again. That's it.
And that's a strong claim there. I don't know if the court will be able to enforce that, him not saying it forever, but we can't get that apology from you. We definitely could get that.
I'll do that. If he's proven not to be a contrarian, I'll do that.
Okay. So we didn't have a lot of evidence in this thing today. So let's do this. Do you have any questions for Mr. Burton?
I guess I can ask, because I know, like I said, I remembered at one point I used to be the fence rider. Aside from, you know, a couple of those situations like the iPhone and whatnot, what other situations could you say that I'm being a contrarian? Because I know Sean P just throws that word out very loosely, like, and I think that's just kind of what's going on right now. We just throwing contrarian out loosely. And I'm glad you did mention the definition, because the definition still proves in my favor, if I'm being honest, is you still have to take a stance. And I'm telling you, I don't stand on one side of either one. I'm not going the opposite way and standing in that. I'm going the opposite way with a purpose of bringing the conversation or whatever we're doing back to the middle, which is where I'm in the middle. I'm the middleman.
Okay. Mr. Barron, you have anything to object to that?
Usually when a person lies in the middle, they don't have anything to say either which way. Am I correct?
I would disagree, but go ahead.
I mean, if you're in the middle, you're the middle is 50%.
Mm-hmm.
I see this point and I see that point, right?
That's typically my arguments. If you listen to me, I'll give you arguments from both sides. Maybe depending on the conversation, depending on the situation and where we're at, what stream we on, what we doing. Yeah, I'll seemingly be doing the opposite. Or
Mr. Mims, have you ever used the word, maybe I'm playing devil's advocate?
Not on stream.
Have you ever, in discussion, whether on stream or in chat or in text, used the devil advocate?
Yeah, I think I have. I would say I have.
Have you done that more than once?
Can't recall.
Oh, you can't recall.
So, Mr. Burton, being devil's advocate, does that make it so he's a contrarian?
I mean, that means you're flipping the script. You're taking a total opposite side. He just said to everyone that he's a balanced person. Devil's advocates are not balanced. They take the opposite side of the argument. Is that not a contrarian like?
That would be, but let me say, in my opinion, when people say to take a devil's advocate route, they don't stand in that actually. When I say it's usually for the purpose of the conversation. So if we're going heavy hate on Apple, you know, Apple do this, Apple do that, whatever. And I'd be like, yo, I'm about to play devil's advocate. Can Samsung do this or whatever that? When I preface the statement, I'm playing devil's advocate, that means that I don't really believe what I'm saying. This is just for the sake of the conversation to get it off of being so one-sided, because the hate is usually often one-sided, whether it be for Apple or Samsung or whatever company or whatever we're talking about. It's usually heavily one-sided, and I'll offer the devil's advocate opinion to bring it back to something that is more in the middle.
So that sounds like if we're in a room, Your Honor, with 15 people, and 14 of them say that the yellow iPhone is something that they don't want, and Mr. Devil's Advocate comes over here and says, you know what? Just because everyone hates for the sake of argument, since he says, you know, just because you guys hate the yellow iPhone, I think it's a nice color. Is that not being a contrarian?
That wouldn't be my stance, if I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say.
Look.
Let me say.
What you just
I
said.
know, and I would agree.
We got to sustain that question. Can you answer that?
I was getting ready to.
Okay, yeah, let's get that question answered.
So I would that's something I would probably introduce to a conversation if everybody's saying I hate the yellow iPhone or whatever. I would not say though that I like it. I might say something like you know, it ain't for me, but I'm pretty sure some other people do like it. I do know a few people that do like it to kind of do like that, but not that's not my it's not my thing. That's kind of, and again, that wouldn't be the greatest example to me because there's not much conversation in a color. So
okay,
I probably wouldn't say that.
All right, well here's one for you. Let's say we have an equation here.
Oh damn.
2x equals 50. You divide, you know, we come to a solution and say x is 25.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree and say it's 25? Even if everyone else says 60 or 20? Or just have the total wrong?
I would never.
If you know the answer, would you disagree with everyone in the building?
I won't argue facts. That's a factual statement. Like, or if we're talking math, you can't really go outside the lines of math. You can't. So I'm gonna ride with everybody on those topics.
Okay. So what makes it so if everyone had the yellow iPhone,
mm-hmm.
and what factual basis would you say you'll be like, oh well, we should get the green iPhone or the black or white iPhone? What would make it so you pick those instead of saying which, you know, let's say that you actually purchased the yellow iPhone. Why would you go against the phone that you purchased? In what situation would you do that?
That's why I said I don't think there's a situation. That's not the great, and that's kind of proving my point is me to not being a contrarian, because typically being a contrarian, I would say there's no outside the lines. Like if you're a contrarian, you kind of stand in that for everything. Like everybody like cheeseburgers, I like turkey sandwiches or something. I don't know, whatever the opposite of cheeseburgers is. Okay, so everybody doing that.
Let's go with the cheeseburger.
And that's not me though. That's not me though.
We gonna go with the cheeseburger. So LB, can you explain in what situation, using the cheeseburger example, how would he be? What would his contrarian thoughts be with the cheeseburger? And let's see if that's exactly what he would do. So let's draw up the scenario.
If everybody is saying that a quarter-pound cheeseburger is a perfect size, Wayne would say that, you know what, that's not really necessarily the perfect size. I think I would prefer a half pound with cheese if you're going to use the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, but Wayne, everybody likes it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll let you go. Finish your thought.
But I don't even want to go on a cheeseburger. I'll go on any conversation that has been.
I like the cheeseburger. Right. Let's keep the cheeseburger. Because, all right, so Wayne,
mm-hmm.
if that was the case, would you say no? I want a half-pound cheeseburger, or would you just say agree with 80% of the chat and say I like the half pound? I won't. You know, would you disagree with everyone at that point?
If those were the actual numbers, yes, I probably would agree with that.
Okay.
Now, if everybody was talking about half pound was the one we love, then I'm probably gonna be like, nah. Like I'm going true to what I believe. Like if everybody's like, yo, I love half pound burgers, I'm gonna probably say, nah, I think I'll do a quarter pounder, because that is really what I believe. I do like that size. I think that's good. So I just don't know if that's considered being a contrarian.
I don't like that example, because I can only go on examples of what we've used.
Yeah.
So
no,
therefore,
but that's what but that was my whole point. My argument as far as when I brought up a cheeseburger was for somebody to be considered a contrarian, they gonna ride that out with everything. Like to me, because it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It's almost it's a religion. Like if I'm a contrarian, I'm a you like Dasani, I like Aquafina. Just I'm not. I can be the person that I think Dasani tastes good, but I'm just gonna ride with Aquafina because ain't nobody really rocking with Aquafina. Actually, it would be a reverse in that situation. People don't like Dasani, so I would rock with Dasani. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's a lifestyle. That's what I think being a contrarian is, and you might be able to find pockets, for me where I'm a give you a contrarian statement or whatever, but that's not true to me though.
All right. So, is there a better example that you could use?
LB Study got one. I think LB Study
all right.
got
So, Wayne Train.
What up?
Would you agree that cell phones are too expensive?
No.
See what I'm saying? So you're perfectly comfortable paying 3 times the cost of a device.
3 times the cost of a device. What are we comparing that to?
We're comparing that to the top dogs in the market.
So what's 3 times? Like, what's the basis for it to be 3 times?
The build of a device is about $400.
Okay, I don't.
The average sale price is about $1,200 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any proof that show that? Do you have any proof of the average price of a cell phone?
You guys got Google it.
No, and I think he's right. The average price of most of these builds are expensive.
So you agree that the average price of a cell phone is $400?
$400 to $500 on a flagship. I believe that. Yeah.
All right, so we'll just go with that then, because I'm thinking most cell phone flagships probably in that range, but
yeah, to build.
I mean, sure. I'm thinking more. Let's see, a flagship cell phone would probably be $700. I would say more towards $700.
It's documented.
It don't matter.
It's a simple Google. It's a simple.
It could be it could be $300. It don't matter what it is. I personally do not believe it's too much to pay.
Okay, so you personally don't believe that spending $1,600 on a cell phone.
Y'all chopping up the charges now. Come on now. $1,600.
Well, let's say $1,500.
I said $1,200 to start 3 times.
$1,200 to start. That's different.
$1,200 to $1,500.
That's a little different because I think the main argument a lot of people was having was that $1,000 is too much in 2023, 2022. Whenever, like, even though phones have been $1,000 for the last 7 years. Somewhere around there.
Although there's more companies that build the same exact quality device for double the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not gonna talk about the manufacturing.
I don't
manufacturing aspect. We're just looking at the price.
No, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Because if someone just like buying a Buick and a Cadillac, they both made by GM, both of them all have identical, but you just might pay a little more for the leather seats and stuff. So it's almost like the price increase just comes from the fact that you're buying a premium brand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes these. That's the difference between the more expensive cell phones and the cheap cell phone.
Well, let me answer them, man. Like I said, and that's an argument we've always had. Like, I've been consistent in that though. So like we'll say like, I remember a few times we'll jump in Easy Stream and Easy will be like, some phone about to be $2,500 a fold. Apple's about to charge this and that for a fold. And in my opinion, I would say that some of those things would definitely be overpriced. So that's a little different. But when we're talking about $1,000, people are still complaining about phones being $1,000. I'm saying 1,000 because the top of the main phone we're talking about is an iPhone. Their base Pro model is $1,000. So that's the price I'm going off of. I ain't talking about the 23 Ultra. They doing their thing, trying to get their money back. I'm talking about Apple. Apple has been consistent for the last since the X with $1,000. At that time, and what was that, 2015, 16, whenever that was when the X came out, $1,000 was a lot. It's 2023 now. We still talking about $1,000 phones being a lot. Y'all ain't got your money up yet. Like, come on now. Like, I know you got your money up, LB. What's up? Like, I don't think it's that much in 2023.
The amount of money that I have and the value of the device mean absolutely nothing. The value of the device, sir, is the value of the device.
Inflation, sir. Like, you've made more. But you made
goes with the cost of the development of the device.
But you're making more money.
It used to be $300 to build.
You're making more money now as a citizen.
So you
minimum wage is up. Everything else is up. No, but listen, everything else is up. And like for my example, the iPhone has been the same. Everything else is up, but the iPhone has been the same. How can we say it's overpriced?
Because for the simple fact that you have something like the Pixel 7 Pro, okay, that's $899. When the bottom tier, we're talking about the bottom tier iPhone, is more than the top tier Pixel.
That's true. How much is
the OnePlus 11 Pro? That's your baby, ain't it?
Base $699.
Yeah, ain't that? Aren't you a OnePlus guy?
I love that price. I absolutely love that price.
And you're a OnePlus guy, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's a flagship quality device, right?
Yeah.
How much is it?
$699 for the base.
$699, right? What does it max out at?
What do you mean, storage?
No.
$799, I think.
So if you get all the bells and the whistles in your favorite phone,
they don't get all the bells and whistles though.
If you get all the bells and whistles that's offered in your favorite phone, that's how much?
Let me. Well, with both of those examples, as much as I like the Pixel, as much as I like the OnePlus, they don't have all the bells and whistles. They're still missing some, what some people would deem as key hardware features. Not for me per se, but I have to mention them because I ain't the only one buying phones. So
hey, let me interrupt right here. We're talking about flagship. So by it being a flagship don't mean that it has every feature. Flagship is defined as the so-called best phone by this manufacturer.
But that dictates the price for that company. Then you can't. Yeah, I can't.
And that's why I was looking at it.
And you're right. Price. You're right. Because I've said that too. The flagship, the term flagship is based on that most popular, most sold phone or most expensive phone typically.
But that's not really what a flagship phone is.
No. If you look up the definition of what flagship is, you'll see that it's usually considered as the most popular device, or
not the most popular.
Yes, you can look it up.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is.
Well,
it can be considered. You can say the Pixel 6a is a flagship for Google.
Sir, let me give you a breakdown. It's because you're misunderstanding what flagship is. Okay, when you're doing flagship, your flagship is not necessarily the most sold device.
I'm just telling you what the definition of flagship is.
It is the highest tier device that you offer.
That's another form of being a flagship. There's multiple ways things can be a flagship. Trust me, sir. I looked this up.
Getting back to what my point was.
Go ahead.
Okay. You yourself just said. So you're either being a contrarian to establish your point, or you're agreeing with me. Which is it? Because you yourself said that the 11 or OnePlus is your favorite.
It is.
That's your right. I make the statement that phones are too expensive.
But correct? You do realize. Hold
on. Did I not?
Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
I made this statement that they are too expensive, right?
Yeah.
$1,000 is too much to pay for to ask for a phone, right?
You said that, not me.
Not me. You gave me the example of the lowest tier iPhone being $1,000.
I mean, that's usually what you got to do. I can't go top of the tier and say that that's
Okay, so
that's not the price I'm throwing out there.
The cheapest you can get an iPhone is $1,000.
No. The cheapest Pro, not the cheapest iPhone.
The cheapest.
Hold on. Let me say this. Since we talking, so according to Google, the definition of flagship is we're not going to even worry about features. It is the most expensive device that a company offers.
That's what I said.
I can find a definition.
Looking at the price of these phones.
Contrarian is going to find something else.
No, because I can.
All right, you prove to me that, and prove to the court that flagship doesn't mean most expensive. We know that whenever you increase the price, you also increasing the features.
Okay, let me on what is it? Merriam-Webster.com definition: the finest, largest, or most important one of the group of things such as products or stores or whatever. I said most popular, so I misrepresented that word, but I meant important, which can be deemed as a whole bunch of different things. The most important device isn't always the most expensive device or the best device.
The most important device is always
it's not.
It's closest to their concept device. It is.
No, because it's
what they market. That's what they spend all their marketing dollars.
Let's use Apple. Let's use Apple. What is consistently the most sold iPhone? It's never the Pro.
Well, we're gonna define flagship as the most feature rich and most expensive. Based on the fact that we can just look at flagship.
Not that this really hinged, like this doesn't really. I mean,
he's
arguing with something else.
We arguing with something else. Whole definition.
That's not. No, because I'm literally reading a definition that says something else.
Read it again and listen to it.
I know, and I said, the finest, largest, or most important one of a group of things such as products, stores, etc. Things that you can say something is most important in a number of ways. It doesn't always have to be the most expensive. Case in point, the iPhone. You would say the most important of their device is the one that they sold the most of, not the one that is the top of the line, because that's not the one that is hitting the masses. You know that Apple is always about the masses. They can X out the Pro and be just fine.
I got one for you. Let's go with this example.
Wait, hold on, Your Honor, hold on. The most important is the device that they put all the marketing dollars behind. Everything
that
else,
and they don't put marketing they don't put marketing dollars behind the 14. I'm assuming that they would put the one that has the most marketing dollars behind it is the one that's sold the most, right? Isn't that typically how that would work?
See, this is what I'm saying, Your Honor.
This has nothing to do with being contrarian. This is literally giving you.
He's such a contrarian.
This is giving you facts.
He will not take the definition for what it is.
But he's arguing his point at this time, but he done ran into a situation where can you find another definition that coincides with that one? Because right now the word flagship actually comes from naval fighting vessels.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
flagship is always the biggest ship in the front.
So type in.
Say that again.
Let me. Are you on Savage? Are you on Judge? I apologize. Are you on Google?
Yeah.
Type into
that term is on Google, but you said you have one definition for Merriam-Webster. So can you find another definition?
I don't.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Let me go to Cambridge. Let me see.
All right, and we're gonna go off Cambridge definition.
Let me see. Let me find it. Okay, they say right here the best or most important product, idea, building, etc. That is an organization owns or produces. So this I don't understand how you can argue away from this. If I know your point is the phone that they put the most marketing dollars behind. So if I'm Apple and I put the most marketing dollars behind the Pro, and the Pro isn't the top selling phone, wouldn't that be a problem on Apple's end? I would think that the one they're putting the most marketing dollars behind is the standard 14 because it is consistently the one that sells the most, thus making it its most important device.
It's not
The Pro is
only
marketed to us, to dudes that like the creators. It's not marketed to the masses.
The most marketed device is their flagship. That's where
The flagship would be the 14,
the one with all the bells, the whistles.
That's not true. That's not true.
The consumer speaks from their pocket, and they purchase what they can afford from their pocket, sir.
I think you're arguing with your emotion.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
If you go out and get a car, okay. If you go out,
I can't do a decision with this.
Oh,
so to end this dispute, then we're gonna just have to say whenever we talk about flagships.
I apologize. I want to hear his car argument. I want to hear his car argument before we end it. Can we do that?
All right. Well, let's hear the car argument.
What's the flagship for Toyota brand?
Camry, right? So either a Camry or what's the other one? Probably Camry. I'll just say Camry.
The Camry is what?
What do you mean? It's a car.
Okay, I'll put it to you like this. For every brand, right, there's a luxury brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that luxury brand, they build their flagship device that they subsequently, year after year, drop pieces of that flagship device that everybody wants into the smaller brands. Do you agree with that?
I guess I wouldn't. I can't agree with it because I don't know if I don't know that to be fact. I don't know that exactly to be fact. Only because I haven't researched it. I don't know.
There's Cadillac. There's GM has Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Cadillac is their premium creme de la creme.
Mm-hmm.
Toyota has Lexus, premium creme de la creme. Volkswagen has Audi, premium creme de la creme.
I get it.
All right, where you going with this?
But I know what you're trying to say.
Those are their flagship companies that they create the desire for all the bells and whistles that they sell to people in the subsequent small or lower cost items that the rest of society can afford. It's not going to be the highest sold, it's the most desired.
What came first? What came first, Cadillac or GM?
You said what?
What came first, Cadillac or GM?
GM is the company.
GM is the company. So
it owns both of them.
I don't know the history. I'm gonna admit that I don't know the exact history. I don't know the timelines. But if Cadillac came anywhere after another GM car, a Chevy, whatever, Impala or something like that.
Where did heated seats go in first?
I think we're arguing way away from the point. Let me get back to what we're talking about.
Because I'm just trying to.
No, because I know where you're going. I know where you're going, but I think you're skipping over.
Avoid it.
No, you're trying to manipulate the argument
I'm not
to
manipulating
win.
Anything.
No, because what you're saying, that car argument actually again fits what I'm trying to say. If you're saying Toyota is a company. Lexus is, yes, it's the top line of Toyota, but let's be honest, that is information that only people who really mess with cars kind of know.
But it's still information that's
I know, but it's not. If you ask any old Joe Schmo on the street, which is the one that they're marketing to, yo, did you know Lexus is a sub-brand of Toyota? They probably won't know that. Probably. Maybe they do now because it's been well known. It's not like they're hiding it or anything. They're not hiding it or anything. But what I'm saying is Camry, Toyota, the Camry is the one that you're going to see the most on the street, thus making it its most important car for that brand.
Man,
You're not about to see a ton of Alexis
hey,
ESs
you're walking a
compared
thin
to
straight
cameras.
line, my man. You're walking
No,
a thin
I'm
straight
literally.
line.
This is
So
the argument. Like you can't.
The whole point is the flagship is the one that they create to create the desire.
That's not true, sir.
Oh,
that's not true. I just gave you an argument where there's two situations of a flagship. I'm not saying that what you just described, that is a flagship, but guess what else is a flagship? The other one that sells the most. They're both considered flagships. They can't exist without one another.
The flagship is the one with all the bells and whistles. It's the one.
It can't be. It can't be. It can't be.
All right, Arden Nicole. I have come to a conclusion, but I want to find out what the chat has to say about this.
Here we go.
So let's go through some of the comments here. And my monitor is way over here, so oh, that's a lot too. So everyone, put a 1 in the comment if you think flagship depends on price.
Hold on, we gotta get this
and
right.
Put a 2 in the comments if you think flagship depends on price and cost.
Hold up.
That's not neither one of us.
We got to get it right before. Don't put nothing in the chat.
We're gonna do 3 charts.
Don't put nothing in the chat.
It's either price. It's either the price or the most what you say? What you say?
Can I? Yeah.
We're gonna go price.
Well, no. Let me separate it. So most flagship, in my opinion, and this is how you can ask, I guess, is most important or most expensive. That's all right.
We're gonna do 1 is most important. So we're gonna do 1 is most important.
LB thinks it's just most expensive bells and whistles.
No, so you can say I said it's it's their top tier device,
which would make it the most expensive.
So LB is saying most expensive.
Concept.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. If you say put a 1 if you think it's the most expensive item, put a 2 if you think it is the most important item, and put a 3 if you think it's a combination of both.
I'm sorry. I don't want to keep holding that up because the definition. No. I'm arguing. I'm kind of arguing for you, LB. Let me talk. He because his argument for most important meant most expensive too. My argument for most important meant most sold, most like that, like the one you're gonna see on the road the most. If we're talking about cars, the phone that you're gonna see in most people's pockets. That was my argument for what most important meant. His argument for most important meant the one with all the bells and whistles, the one that has got all the marketing dollars behind it.
No, because I didn't use most important. I used flagship.
No, I know, but I'm saying when I brought up most important and I went off of that, you told me that most important meant something else. So I'm saying the term, if we're just going off most important to put that in the chat, that's going to confuse. Because I mean, who wins that? Because I feel like
no, that's exactly what your argument is the most important ends up being the flagship.
So we're gonna go with your definition.
I say it's one of other, but go ahead. Y'all. All
right, so we're gonna go with. So this is the numbers right here.
Go ahead.
Let me read it again. 1 is most important. 2 most expensive. 3 is both. So all the voting is gonna start after that comment I placed. And now let's start looking at the votes we have here because I can't. Everything is way over there. So I'm gonna just look at the
things in again after Savage's comment, I guess.
Yeah, so voting start after my comment. Yeah, thanks for that one.
GG tripping. What is for? Oh my God, here we go.
How can you say that the most sold device is a flagship? Where does that happen anywhere?
Because by the definition of flagship,
oh my God,
it's most important. So if it's the most sold, consistently, that makes it his most important device. Like I don't care about my 14 Pro if it sells marginally compared to the 14. Like yeah, it sells, it costs a little bit more, but ain't nobody buying that thing because ain't as many people buying it because it does cost more.
In your theory, in your thought process, why do Apple and Samsung even sell the Pro Max and the Ultra if the most important is the 23? Or
because companies like Samsung, I won't say Apple, but companies like Samsung are trying to cover all bases. They want all price points.
Why won't you say
covered.
Apple? Because they're doing the same thing.
No, because I don't think they got enough devices. Like I guess you could say Apple too, but I just didn't think they have enough.
Apple got 5 devices that you just sold.
No, but they don't have every price point covered the way Samsung does. Samsung got a J line, a B line.
All right, so the chat has made its decision, and unfortunately, for it to be a flagship, it actually has to be both of those conditions. I would say it has to be important and expensive.
Well, well, that's closer to me.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? I literally
important.
I
could
have my statement saying it's both.
Because
I said it can be both.
No. Important can be both, like you said. But
but I'm saying like that's why I wanted him to not really use important, because we were arguing important differently. My definition was important was most sold. Now, if you want to put another poll in the chat, do you think that most important means?
We're gonna end this right here.
Under his definition, hold on, Your Honor. Under his definition, the flagship device for Samsung isn't even the S23. It's the A and the J and the M line, because they sold more of those.
LB. Ask anybody. That's literally what we've been saying.
But that's
because they don't give a dang about the S line. Like the S line, that's for us.
Ask anybody in America what
that's America,
is.
Sir. That's America. That's the whole point.
Yes,
but America is a small drop in the bucket compared to what they sell overseas.
But here's the thing. The most important device at this time, even in that perspective, is the device that they taunt as their best. That's the most important.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not the most important. It's not the most important.
And they sell pieces of their best to the people that can't afford the best. So guess what?
Honestly, that's not true either.
If they come out
with smartphones, that's not true. They don't got none. They don't got none of the camera features in the Pro and any of the lower tier models. They got different sensors. They got different screen sizes. They got different displays. They got everything different. None of them is. They don't have none of the same. They get the only thing they got that's similar. Only thing that's similar between
version of the top dog.
The only thing that's similar between them is software. That's
I came to a conclusion and judgment in the defendant. So Wayne, I declare you the winner, because even I was sold on the fact that flagship means best, but your definition showed to me that it also encompasses the fact that when you say flagship, then that comes to importance. It says importance could also include price. For that, by that argument, and the fact that being a contrarian doesn't have any merit. I mean, if you want to be a contrarian, then you have the right to be a contrarian. You really can't.
A contrarian by arguing.
You can't bring a.
Didn't I just tell you how?
You can't bring a claim to someone for a personality trait.
I want a jury.
If you want to be a contrarian, then it's like
I want a jury.
Well, the jury already spoke and said that flagship is number 3. So
which is most expensive and most
but that is most expensive and number 3 said most expensive.
No, Savage.
Yes.
Let me read Barry's comment, because that is as much as that. Thank you for that.
Let's see what
Winning
Barry
that
said.
argument. Barry is right. This doesn't prove that I'm a contrarian or not. Like, because that's the whole point of this whole thing. We have to prove that.
And that's what I'm saying. The point that we're debating a definition of flagship.
Yeah.
But no, that's also, to me, that's also in support of what I'm saying, because that's not, we're arguing a definition. It's a difference in interpretation.
D Mims is a contrarian.
It's a difference in interpretation. That's what this.
So I'm saying that D Mims has the right to be a contrarian.
I didn't say he didn't have the right.
I can't really judge that, because.
So what that mean? I'm the winner because it's not.
You are the winner because you are the winner because the facts that you use to defend yourself as being a contrarian prove to have more merit because it's based on opinion.
Are you supposed to drink on duty, Judge?
Well, no, there's no drinking here, but you could do an appeal and come back, but you have to bring.
Sir, I never said he didn't have the right to be a contrarian. You just proved me right, because you said he had the right to be a contrarian, so you just called him a contrarian. Am I crazy?
But Ken, let me
have the right to be a contrarian.
Let me offer this real quick.
But this isn't. But his argument for being a contrarian, or his argument for his defense, was stronger than yours. Because of his definition. He defended the definition better than he defended the definition, in my opinion.
The jury is clearly one-sided. You can ask the jury right now. There might be maybe one person in the jury that might see my side and not call me a contrarian. But Sean was the leader of the pack. He's very one-sided. He's not gonna waver. I can give him all the points in the world. He gonna say I'm a contrarian no matter what. GG just gonna say it too. Barry might be. He's in the middle. He ain't gonna. He might see other sides. I don't know, but I believe that the jury would not be in my favor.
If you want the jury to decide this, put a 1 in the comments if you think.
I want to call a witness.
We're gonna take this to the jury.
Go ahead.
Put a 1 in the comment if you think.
Where's my witness?
What witness do you need?
We going jury based on the evidence you presented here. We're gonna go with the jury. So put a 1 if you think D Mims is the winner, and put a 2 in the chat if you think LeBaron is the winner. And we're gonna start voting. Voting starts right after this line. And I'm about to walk over to my supercomputer and count some of these numbers.
Dang, Jason. I thought we was boys, man. I thought we was boys, Jason. Man. See, I already told y'all, man. The chat is. I knew this was gonna happen. Sean P. He gonna put 22 twos. That's fine though. I'm sure it ain't nothing. Migs, you my guy. For all y'all.
Migs, dirty buzzard.
Dave, you know.
Migs and voted twice.
My Minneapolis brother. Okay, let's go. We got some 1 sliding in.
All right, we have Tech for Your Needs with a 1.
Lucifer don't count.
Get Sean. Hey, can I present Sean? Can we just exit Sean's vote altogether? Because he's manipulating the vote by multiple entries. Let's just get him up out of here altogether.
Okay, yeah, we're only gonna count 1.
No, we shouldn't count none. This man is manipulating. Look, he's doing too many. He's throwing. He's throwing off.
Yeah, he voted 3 times here, so we only gonna count 1.
That's spamming, man. That's spamming.
We can't do that.
Lucifer is not a vote. Mims ain't a vote.
So we're gonna stop voting right here. So I'm about to shut off. We about to shut down the voting.
I think everybody voted. That's
so we're gonna tally from here.
Where my man Mike at, man? You did, man. You left me hanging. Come on,
all
man.
The votes, we about to start processing it. See, we gotta hire some data processors here. So
Mike would have had my back. I know he was riding with me. Oh man.
So let's see.
Where you at, T? Come back.
So let's see here. Sean got a 1 here for you.
Yeah.
Gadget God has got a 1 for. I mean, we have two for LB. And
JoJo, where your vote at? What's up?
We have a 1 for Lucifer on Mims. Tech for Your Needs put a 1 here, and we got Holla at Your Boy with a 2. And we have this comment.
That's a negative one. Get that up.
Well, he already counted. He already.
I know. We good.
Yep. So we have a 1 here from.
Let's go. Come on, JoJo. Come on, man. What's
from
up?
Tech for Your Needs, and we got a 2 from a 2 here, and Meek with a 1.
Let's get it.
So right now we tied.
Hold up.
With a 2.
Did you see Ike down there?
I got Ike.
Okay.
Yep. So we got another Sean. We got Jason with a 2.
What? I need JoJo. JoJo been in the chat. She should get a vote. JoJo needs a vote. Where's JoJo's vote at?
And Meg with 1. So,
Gigi, stop.
So based on the jury, we're gonna just have to say we're gonna reverse my decision, and we're gonna have to say LB is the winner based on jury. So in this case, only
Barry, why you hating?
Only because LB got some good popcorn or something, but somehow I mean I'm with you, Wayne.
JoJo, dang.
We're gonna have to declare LB the winner here.
Thank you, Dave.
Only because the jury agreed.
No, let me tell you that. Can I give a closing statement, sir?
Yeah. So
this goes back to
let me file this in the court. So you're gonna have to wear a Popcorn World T-shirt on your next video. LB is gonna send it to you.
LB, send me some popcorn too.
You should send him a bag of some worm flavored popcorn.
Warm. But no, let me give my closing statement real quick, man. Look.
All right.
This proves my point. Y'all old heads stick together. That's all I really had to say. All these dudes stick together. Everybody in here who's Gen X and up, y'all just click up. Like didn't I tell you? I saw y'all like the old school Avengers. I need to figure out something for y'all.
Sir, excuse me, sir. We just got finished.
Old head Avengers. That's what y'all is.
We just got finished. I'm about to get in my AI, my Allen Iverson stance. We just got finished arguing about flagships. We arguing about flagships. The definition of flagship.
That's a viable argument, honestly. I think
that was a good argument. Flagship.
Only because to you, Your Honor, you've been drinking. But
oh my God.
This is my court. I'm the one here with the robe on.
Hey, hold him in contempt, man. Get him up out of here.
Hey, we could hold him contempt.
No, we good.
And I can't do that. You know,
LB out regardless.
Hey, you can talk bad about the judge, and if you want to do an appeal, then I think we had Mike somewhere in the comments, so you can bring it over there and y'all could just fight it out over there.
No. Regardless, I was gonna support LB. That's my guy. I appreciate him.
Indiana, Latrell.
So, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Well, we definitely.
I'm not a contrarian. Though. I don't care what matter, I don't care what.
I mean, if they say you're a contrarian, you know what? It don't matter. Because that's because you being gangster, right? You being a contrarian. That just means that you looking at the opposite. You looking at both sides of the coin.
I know the case is closed, but that's not what a contrarian is.
Well, you know the jury.
I told you. No, I know that's why I said the jury spoke, whatever. But it is what it is.
You know. Hey, but if you wanna bring this back for a second round, then you can. But
I would only do it if we can get some millennials up in here. We need some millennials in the jury.
We could bring it back up, and we might could find a better jury. We might could get
where my man Johan at? Where my youngins at? My Gen Zs? Where they at? Like I need my people.
But no, we could appoint special justices, and you probably could have Johan. You could have some of your group defend your honor. You know, they'll be so then I have to step in this role as prosecutor.
We good, man.
We have to bring some extra stuff in the court.
It's all good.
You happy with your law?
I'm just fine.
Court of common sense, where the jury made its decision. You know, but to me,
you left me hanging, Latrell. I could have used your vote, but go ahead.
Yeah. You know. Your people came a little late, bro. That's the Gen Z way, bro. The Gen Z, YZ.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So this is the Savage Scientist, Ed, Governor of the state of Swampland. I'm gonna put that seal up there next time. You see, the state police left this up here for me. So
is that a tutu? Oh, never mind. That's a vest.
That's a bulletproof vest, man. That is. Nah,
that was a tutu.
This is the 3131 right here. So court is now adjourned. And until I make my next video, peace out.
I didn't hear that gavel not one time he hit it.
Oh shit. You gonna close it?